Okay, I think I speak for everyone when I say that we're on strike. Right, guys?
That's right. It's the picket lines for us.
Wait, why are we on strike?
Well, because last week our skit was basically a big fat cheesy plug for this guy's Patreon.
Yes, that. But also, we're not getting a cut of all the fat loot he's making.
Yeah, but you guys, I've been using the resources in his Patreon PDF, and they're actually pretty good. No, there he goes again. He's trying to turn the skit into another shameless plug.
Yeah, Fat Cat refuses to be part of any more shameless plugs.
Oh yeah, time to shut that down.
I propose that today, instead of screwing around like we normally do in these skits, we play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Indeed, a wonderful idea. Now, where to begin? Ah yes, we seem to have a small problem, don't we? Yeah, we've been doing these D&D skits for a couple years now, but we never actually learned to play the game.
Well, this sucks. Now what do we do?
I know. Maybe this week we can actually learn to play D&D instead of just pretending to with all of these low-budget props that we have.
This sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I wonder if the Patreon PDF would help us learn to play D&D.
Holy crap. Would you shut up already?
Welcome to the DM Lair. I'm Luke Hart, and I've been a dungeon master since before Disney ruined Star Wars. On this channel, I give practical dungeon master advice that you can use in your D&D games. Thanks, Disney, you suck. Anyway, today in the Lair, we're going to be talking about 8 different types of problem dungeon masters. And this is really the part 2 video because last week in part 1, I promised 15 types, but only gave you 7. So here I am, hat humbly in hand, no hat, to fulfill the rest of my promise. Oh, by the way, did you know that I have a Patreon? And did you know that my patrons get a monthly PDF full of Dungeon Master resources, such as entire 5th edition D&D adventures with high quality professional maps designed for use on virtual tabletops such as Roll20? And did you know that my Patreon PDF doesn't suck? It isn't just a few pages of horse crap that I spat out one afternoon. My first PDF had over 20 pages of DM resources to save you prep time and help improve the quality of the game. And my second PDF has even more, clocking in at over 30 pages. That's right, around here when I say Patreon, I'm not just holding out my hand asking you for money. I actually give you something of value in return. So, if you'd like to see if I'm lying or telling you the truth, there's a link to my Patreon down below, where there's actually a sample PDF for you to look at. And now, 8 types of problem dungeon masters, so that you know what not to do. That was dramatic. Number 1, the Dungeon Master who steals agency. This is the Dungeon Master who says, that's not what your character would do, and they proceed to correct you as to what your character that you created would actually do in a given situation. They forget that the player, not them, made the character and probably has a better idea of how to roleplay that character. They engage in alignment policing. For instance, the Dungeon Master will say, your character wouldn't do that, they're lawful good. This is actually a big reason that I don't like alignment. It's often the source of stupid arguments like this. I made an alignment video some time ago, link around here somewhere, if you want to see my opinion on alignment, if it's not already clear. This Dungeon Master railroads players. They simply take control of their characters and they make them do certain things, always under the guise of that's what your character would do. This is horse crap and just shouldn't be done. Who is the judge of how a PC should be played, how they would actually act, if not the player who created the PC? Furthermore, the Dungeon Master has an entire world of NPCs and monsters to run. Leave the characters' PCs alone. And the solution here? Let your players play their characters and don't take away their agency. Your players want to play the game and role play their characters, not have the Dungeon Master tell them how they should be playing or just take over and control their PC. Number 2, the Dungeon Master who plays favorites. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. The Dungeon Master has favorites. They have players that they like, that they prefer. They might do special things for them, like give them magic items or just give them, biased decisions in the game. And they might also have anti-favorites or something, people people that they just don't like, and they tend to make decisions against and not give things and cool stuff to. Dungeon masters like this might think, for instance, a character concept is so awesome that they base a campaign around that character. And all of this stuff together, all of this showing of favoritism, upsets the other players. I mean, they see what's happening. Most people aren't stupid. They can see it when it's happening. And of course they don't like it. And of course they think that it is not cool of the Dungeon Master to be doing that. The solution here is to be fair and unbiased to all players. I know it's hard. I know some players are really awesome and you love them, and other players you just want to. Number 3, the DM who doesn't set expectations. This Dungeon Master rolls into game sessions and entire campaigns and runs a type of game the players haven't agreed to and might not even like. Because you really should be telling players what kind of game they're in for. Is there heavy social interactions? Is it mostly combat? Is there a heavy undead theme or a giant theme? I mean, you may or may not tell your players that, depending on how much you can trust them to not totally metagame and build characters that are perfectly designed for Curse of Strahd. Are you running a module? You should let your players know and hopefully get buy-in on that. The DM should pitch the type of game that they want to run for their players. Get their players to agree and be cool with it. That's what we call getting buy-in. And if they don't want to run that game, then maybe pitch them something different. A session 0 is a perfect time to do just this. In fact, I have an entire video talking about session 0s for you. Link somewhere around here. And when you set expectations like this, it helps keep disappointment in check. It lets them know what they can expect and what they might not expect. I mean, the last thing you want to do, is not set expectations, have your player all wee to play a certain type of game, and then when their hopes and dreams are dashed, they're off sobbing in the corner. You just don't want to have that happen. I hope that doesn't actually ever happen. Number 4, the cutscene Dungeon Master. So instead of letting the players play the game, this Dungeon Master likes to use a lot of cutscenes. Feels less like a game and more like listening to someone read a book to you or playing Final Fantasy or something. And along the lines of someone reading a book to you, it might be a pretty bad book at that. Because professional writers and authors and then just a dude running D&D. Having everything be cutscenes takes players out of the equation. Players show up to play a game, not just listen to the Dungeon Master tell a story. DMs like this make the game feel like a railroad where the DM has already decided what must happen to satisfy the story. The story that they already have planned out that must needs take place. Dungeon Masters like this don't let players make decisions, they take away consequences, they do things like this, all via cutscenes, which are a special form of railroading and taking away agency. So what's the solution to this? Don't use cutscenes? Okay, in some cases it might be okay, wrapping up a large battle between armies, you know what the outcome is going to be, just describe it, I get it, it's faster. Or the players have already reduced an enemy to 0 hit points, they're dying, and so you describe the enemy's last words, and then how they die, the threats that they hurl at them. That sort of thing is perfectly fine. If we're talking about cutscenes like that, then you have my blessing. Not that you need my blessing, but you only use cutscenes and do things like this when the outcome has already been determined by your players' decisions and actions and the roll of the dice. Cases like that, then cutscenes are fine. Here I go again. I'm like, in one breath, I'm like, don't do this. At the other breath, I'm like, yay, go ahead. Dungeon Master advice videos are hard. What can I say? Number 5, the Dungeon Master who doesn't respect player boundaries. This Dungeon Master has no consideration nor care for how players feel about certain themes in the game. Even if they know that player X doesn't like Y thing, they don't care. It's their game and they'll do what they want. Some players don't want certain things in their games. It makes them uncomfortable and it makes the game less fun for them at the very least. A special perverse form of Dungeon Masters that fall into this category are those that intentionally do things that they know the players don't want in the game just to make them squirm or somehow they get some sort of perverse pleasure out of doing that sort of thing. For example, personally, I don't like sexual themes in my games. But violence, even graphic violence, I have no problem with. Just a very violent person, I guess. Solution. You should ask your players if there are some themes or topics that they don't want in the game, that make them feel uncomfortable or whatever. And then you respect those boundaries. And if you have a social contract, you can include those boundaries in that social contract. One of these days I'll do a video on social contracts for you. Thumbs up if you want a video on social contracts. Number 6, the negative, cynical, forever dungeon master. There's nothing wrong with being a forever dungeon master. I'm a forever dungeon master. Being a DM is just simply more fun for me than being a player. A lot of times I'll be a player in a game and I'll just be like, oh, I'd be having so much more fun if I were actually the DM here. It's just how I'm built. It's just what I like doing. However, some dungeon masters put a negative spin on being a dungeon master, and that's a problem. They're sad and moping, like, oh, if I don't run it, no one will. I just have to bear my cross and go about it and do this job. Oh. They piss and moan about it, they have a crappy attitude, they complain that players won't be the dungeon master, and that they want to play themselves sometimes too. They're not having fun being a dungeon master, but they feel stuck in it. Maybe they're even burned out. These emotions aren't necessarily wrong though. Sometimes it's true that no one else is willing to run the game. And it's okay for dungeon masters to also want to be players. And they might be burned out and need a break. But letting these feelings turn you into a cynical, angry dungeon master is doing no one any favors. What is the solution? I mean, try to keep a good attitude and look for solutions to your plight instead of just venting your frustrations on your players and the world around you. Take a break if you need to. Ask a player to run the game for a bit, if even only just for one adventure, so you can be a player too. Or you can go out there and look for a game where you can be a player in. Number 7, the my way or the highway dungeon master. This is the dungeon master who is unwilling to learn more about being a good dungeon master and stuff like that, or to change how they run the game. And they do not take feedback very well. For instance, when there's a rules disagreement, they won't even listen to the players. They just stick to their way of seeing things, and they refuse all reason and rationale to the contrary. I mean, look, you don't have to agree with your players. Sometimes players are just plain wrong. But you should listen to their point of view and then make the best decision you can and be fair about it. The solution here is to listen to your players. Be open to change. Have an open mind. Accept that you aren't perfect and that your game can always be better. And the thing here is that a lot of times we are blind to our own flaws. And the best way that we can learn and improve as dungeon masters is getting feedback from our players, because they're the ones that are seeing it and witnessing it and experiencing it firsthand. So have a soft heart that is receptive to the idea that everything you do isn't gold, and sometimes it just plain stinks. And in those cases, be open to the concept of improving and learning from those around you. This is called humility, and it's often the most difficult thing for us mere humans to manage, despite us being mere humans. Number 8, the immature dungeon master. That's right, I have a special mention in this video. This is the dungeon master who just hasn't matured yet as a person. And it has nothing to do with age. A 40-year-old can be just as immature as a 13-year-old. This is the dungeon master who lets their emotions take over and doesn't judge things fairly. Their games are often whimsical, poorly planned, and based on juvenile concepts and themes. As an example, these themes might be overly sexual and designed to play out certain fantasies that they might have. Or you might just have players at level 3, and then the dungeon master puts an ancient dragon there, and they all die. This dungeon master often doesn't plan out a thing, they just wing everything, and then it's absolutely horrible. They have no idea what the rules are, and they just make everything up on the fly. It might feel like nothing ever happens in these games, and when something does happen, it's just dumb. Now, I feel like this sort of DM would probably be okay for a certain group of players of a similar bent, of a similar level of maturity. But dungeon masters like this just aren't capable of running a game for mature players, a game that they're going to enjoy at the very least. And the solution for this? you just gotta grow up. Hopefully it's just a phase. I don't know, that's the best I got. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, where you can get a monthly PDF stuffed with Dungeon Master resources, such as entire D&D 5th edition adventures. And if you thought this video was okay-ish, why don't you give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below for the algorithm. Let YouTube know that I don't completely suck. Next week, I'll be discussing how Dungeon Masters can use PC backgrounds in their games. But until then, click right here to watch my Problem Dungeon Master Part 1 video. And until next time, let's play D&D.